You guys hear that? You hear something? Yeah. Yeah, me neither. I don't hear a fat lady singing. I don't hear a fat lady belting out anything. You guys hear that? You hear that? Yeah, me neither. I don't hear a fat lady singing. I don't hear a fat lady singing. I believe it was Rocky Balboa, all right, who said to Tommy Gunn at the end of Rocky V, which is wildly underrated, I didn't hear no bell. I didn't hear no bell. Hey, Tommy, I didn't hear no bell. I must be mistaken because I believe it's 1st to 4, not 1st to 3, not 1st to 3-2. 3-2. This isn't 3-1. This isn't 3-0. This is 3-2, okay? I'm not going to sit here, be a fan that preaches guts, all right? Staying together, not letting go of the rope. We have enough. No excuses. I'm not going to be that guy who talks about the team being all guts, all heat culture, and with a series deficit, be rats off a ship. And I have seen a lot of fat-ass Heat fan rats jumping from the ship, wanting to blow things up, freaking out, which I am just disgusted by. I am disgusted by on several levels. I'm disgusted by for a couple of reasons. One, act like you have not been in this exact same scenario just a decade ago with the Miami Heat going down 3-2 and losing Game 5 on their home floor, going to Boston and tying that series, coming back home, winning that series, advancing to the NBA Finals, and winning a championship. Some of you, maybe we're just children. Maybe you're Johnny-come Heat culture newcomers. I don't know. And you're just learning about this stuff. This is history to you. But this is stuff that's fresh in my mind. Fresh as a daisy. And to see everybody who's just hopping off, oh, can't be done, disgusts me. Yeah, it's been an awful couple of games to watch. An awful couple of offenses to watch in games 4 and games 5. Putrid, some may say. But disgusted by the idea that you think this team, who's already won in Boston, can't go in there, put forth another great performance, shock everybody, even this thing up, bring it back to your building for the best 2 words in sports, Game 7, where everybody knows anything can happen. Anything can happen in a Game 7. So I'm avoiding the gutless. I have no time for it because I'm already thinking about who's banned from the parade. I'm already taking note of who's not coming. And I'm already thinking about that Peppa's playing in the 4th quarter of Game 7 on Sunday night. And the whole city of Miami singing, dancing, knowing they're going to another NBA Finals. I'm not ready to get out of here. I'm not one of these people who's ready to be rats off a ship. And the other thing that I find is people are like, blow it up. The Celtics are so much better than the Miami Heat. Are you high as a kite? Like, if you don't see right now that the Miami Heat are playing with a banged up deck, all right, let's think about this for a second. The Heat's closing lineup for most of the year has been Bam, PJ, Tyler, Jimmy, Kyle Lowry. Okay? 4 of those guys are hurt. One of them's not playing. One of them in Kyle Lowry looks like a shell of himself. One guy went from the best player in the playoffs to looking like as mediocre as it comes, and I'm being positive there. PJ Tucker, I don't know what this guy is made out of because he's able to just that joke of Mark Jackson telling your body not now. PJ Tucker can literally do that apparently, but you can tell at some points he is laboring. And then you have Bam, who, you know, you have to really, really will to get to these points where he is super aggressive and he's willing to take over. Which is why I asked him last night. I'm like, look, man, you know you got a banged up Kyle, you know you got a banged up Jimmy. Do you feel like you have to take it upon yourself to give a little bit more to this Miami Heat team, like you already did in Game 3?
Yeah, I do. You know, like you said, they're banged up. You know, dudes is going through shooting struggles. So, yeah, put it on me.
I hope that is the case because I do believe in the guy. I do believe in the guy's talents. I do believe that he boxes himself in at certain points. And I know that he's got a big challenge with that front line of Robert Williams And Al Horford has been a real pain in the ass for him. But I'm not ready to get out of here yet, man. I'm not ready to pack things up because let's be honest, dude. It's not like Boston has been lighting the world on fire these last couple of games. Like maybe you could say they've been playing down to the competition. Maybe you think that it's because they got less sloppy. I don't know. But for me, I look at what the Heat's shooting numbers have been these last couple of games, and it's been unbelievably and abnormally awful with the open looks that they've had that haven't dropped. Said this going in. Some of the biggest concerns: health and the Heat's 3-point shooting. Where the hell has it been? It was one of their strengths going into this playoffs. You're like, come on. Tyler Hero, Max Strus, Duncan Robinson, Gabe Vincent, PJ Tucker from the corner, Tres Leches. Got it all going on. And now it's bricks galore for the Miami Heat. It's bricks galore. But Eric Spoelstra, even with everything that's being thrown at him right now, not making any excuses and says he's ready for the Heat to go and make themselves one of those lasting franchise moments.
Spo, you mentioned several times in the last few days at this stage in a series, everybody's dealing with something. Specific to Jimmy, how much do you think his knee issue is impacting the way he's been able to play in these last couple of games?
We're not making excuses for anything. We're not deflecting anything. We're not making excuses for it. We lost the game today. We had a tough loss in Boston. We're still alive. We got an opportunity to play in front of a great crowd. And an opportunity, to make a memory that you'll remember for a long time. That's all we're thinking about right now. And we have the kind of Warriors that are going to tape up, brace up, do whatever we got to do to get ready for the next one, and just embrace and enjoy that competition.
I don't know where he goes from this. With the Jimmy Butler injury, I look at a couple things. The Jimmy Butler injury is devastating because Jimmy Butler is and was playing like a superstar in these playoffs. And, Boston can sit here and they can talk about, we've had Marcus Smart out, we've had a banged up Robert Williams, and, we didn't have Al Horford for a game. All right. You haven't had Tatum and Brown out. Like, you haven't had your best guys out. You want to say, Tatum has the shoulder thing. First of all, Tatum doesn't even know what injuries he has. Like, half the time he's rolling on the floor, he grabs a knee, then he grabs a shoulder, then he grabs an ankle. Like, it's all just very eye-roll worthy when he's down there. Same thing would happen with his shoulder injury in Game 3, where he's sitting there going to the locker room and he returns 3 seconds later. Nothing was wrong with him. Jimmy's out there. He's leading the team in minutes still. I think he still makes an impact on defense. Not getting to the free throw line has been a big hindrance for the Miami Heat. They're going to obviously need Bam to step up in that regard if they have any shot in Game 6. But he is not what he was and is clearly not playing like what he was. Can he have a D-Wade Eastern Conference semifinals, dial it up? Can he have a D-Wade NBA Finals Game 4, dunking over Gary Neal when everybody thought that his knees were done, and a couple games later, D-Wade is pouring champagne over the knees as he becomes a champion? We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I still think out of all of their injury problems, Jimmy is physically capable of still giving them the most. But the jump shot looks broken. He doesn't look confident. He doesn't look like the guy that we have seen throughout this postseason. Kyle Lowry, I have a real question about playing. Like, he, to me, right now, it to me is a negative having Kyle out there. He has nothing on his shot. Scored 0 points this past game. They're daring him when he goes into the lane to do anything. He won't. He's now fouling like crazy. Not even like really putting up a fight with the referees, which is always Kyle Lowry's forte. He gave like 3 good minutes in this playoffs of got the team organized, got him at a little pace, maybe gave Bam a little bit of confidence there in Game 3, but he really does just look completely broken and just really can't bring anything to the table. I'd play Gabe Vincent. I would start Gabe Vincent, and I'd figure it out from there. Maybe start Victor Oladipo instead. But Kyle Lowry, it's been bad, and I don't really see the purpose in playing a broken-down Kyle Lowry out there. Tyler Hero, the groin injury, that he wants to go out there and he wants to play. Somewhere where he can get his extension, big, high thoughts of himself, but he hasn't had Definitely hasn't had the playoffs that has been up to snuff with his 6-man of the year regular season, and certainly looked really, really hindered with his mobility in that game 3, where he ultimately got pulled, ultimately got hurt, and we haven't seen him since. They tried playing. He tried playing. He tried talking them into it. You can't have him in there if he doesn't have the ability to quickly get to his spots. It's already a handful with Boston as it is, with how much ground they cover, how much they make you second guess, and all that type of stuff. Now, with all that being said, as Pat Riley once said, there's no obstacles. Well, there are tons of them, but there are none. Tons of them being, Celtics defense is good. Tons of them being, they got more firepower than you right now. Tons of them being, they shoot better than you right now. But there are also none of them, because this has been such a weird series every which way, with the Heat's putrid offense, with the big swings. You finally had yourself a closely contested first half yesterday. The Heat, like I said, would have a good half, turning them over. And if you hold a team like that to 93 points, you're usually happy with that in today's NBA. But putting up the likes of 70 points, 73 points, these types of scores, they're just unacceptable. It's in today's NBA to put up that few points. You can put it on Boston if you want to give Boston a hint of credit, sure. But Boston would tell you, probably holding the Heat under 100 would be such a feather in the cap. The fact that they're holding them to 80, come on, dude. If you don't think that's also just the Heat throwing up all over themselves, then you're too far into your Sam Adams, O'Keefe. I don't know what to tell you. But the Heat are going to need a big one from Bam Adebayo, no doubt. If they have any shot in hell, he's the healthiest. He's the best option that they got. He's already had a big game on the road for them. He's had success against this team. I don't know why it takes him so late to get into that engaging, go and attack. We saw a little bit of that when it was too little too late in the fourth quarter, after Jimmy kind of had his moment where he was trying to empty the clip, and his clip was already empty. So, it's going to take a lot. You're going to need I don't know what the hell's happened to Max Strus's shot. Duncan Robinson, now you're asking him, coming cold. We didn't have any faith in you. Come save us. You're going to need some type of a decent game from 3 from your guys. Do they have that left in them? They're going to sit here and talk about process and that they like their execution and all that type of stuff. Cool. You got to make them. You got to make some threes, man. It has to happen. Has to happen for you to have any type of shot. But I don't let go of the rope. I don't run away just because you're down in a series, because I got the guts, and a lot of you don't. A lot of you don't want to be wearing those pots and pans or having those pots and pans at the parade. That's fine. You do you. Find something else to watch. Watch some Marlins and Nationals on your summer day. Don't come to the parade. It's fine. The other thing that annoyed me yesterday, the thing that I hate, is the fans who are like, oh, we got to blow this up. Blow it up. First of all, the team was the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference this year. 2, not like they're going to be here and they're pulling they're getting swept in the Eastern Conference Finals. They put some bad performances up for sure, but if you're not clear enough to know that the team is really, really injured, especially their best player, and their $30 million starting point guard, $30 million a year starting point guard, if you just want to put it on Tyler Hero being out, you just want to flatly put it on the Celtics are better. They've had their injuries, little knickknacks here and there, game here and there, but we know these have been kind of manageable things that were game time decisions and all that. The Heat are actually gutting through stuff that they should probably be sitting out in reality. But one thing that really annoyed me yesterday, this Joel Embiid, I got to tell you. So yesterday, during the game, he tweets out, Miami needs another star. There's plenty of ways that you could take this. Everybody's hitting me up on Twitter. They know, Tobin, do the whale thing. Do the thing. Do the thing where you say, no, I'm not going to do that. First of all, I'm not your dancing bear. I'm not your dancing, free agency bear. I don't do that stuff in the midst of a postseason run. You think I could have done that with Donovan Mitchell? You think I could have done that with a bunch of guys who were disgruntled and left? Sure, I could have, but I didn't. Why? Because eyes on the prize, dude. Eyes on the prize. And all this Joel Embiid is doing is trying to do a big old show pony. Look at me, everybody. Remember me, Joel Embiid? Remember how much me and Jimmy Butler love each other? I don't know if it's him taking shots at his organization. I don't know if he's genuinely saying he wants to be in Miami. I don't know if he's genuinely saying he wants to be back with Jimmy Butler. Philly, go trade for Jimmy or get me to Miami. I don't know. I would know that if I had my choice of being with Jimmy Butler or that fat bum James Harden, of course I would want to be with Jimmy Butler. 10 times out of 10 and twice on Sunday. But for me, I'm just like, dude, you just got beat by this team. What are you talking about? You're going to sit here? Because part of me was like, is he taking a shot at Bam Adebayo? Like, all right, dude, you had a good game, but Bam Adebayo locked your ass up. And yeah, maybe your face was a little bit busted up there, but you're always busted up. Like, this guy is made of porcelain, and he's sitting here saying, oh, he needs another star. Nah, they kind of need healthy Jimmy Butler. Joel. That's what they need. You know, the same thing that was going on with your team where it's like, Joel's banged up. We have no shot. Samesies. And people would argue, well, he needs another star. Well, he has James Harden. But then you come out and you throw him under the bus and say, well, he's not Houston James Harden. I didn't like it. I didn't like all the Heat fans fawning over him. Not a fan. Not a fan of it. And also, there's time for that. Look, if this series does come to an end, can we start talking to sharpen the harpoons? Look, you already saw the look at Riles. That's big picture Riles. When he's watching it, he goes, is this good enough? Will this be good enough? Is this the core? He's thinking all this stuff out. He's thinking all, Riley. Who knows how many years Riley has left? Still looking handsome as hell. Still looking fresh as a daisy. But he likes sharpening that harpoon. And when you have a team that goes to the Eastern Conference Finals, after he's been sitting here looking orca after orca after orca, you genuinely are saying, hey, next move for quote-unquote superstar could put us right there over the hump. What will that be? Will it be Joel Embiid? I doubt it. Kevin Durant, upset with Brooklyn. Kyrie Irving, they're not going to sign him long term. All this stuff could be on the table. But I don't like the idea of Heat fans going to this spot where we're like, oh, we got to start talking trades right now. Dude, series isn't over yet. All right? Body's not cold yet. Show some damn guts. Get ready for a Game 6 in Boston. And maybe the Heat do what they did 10 years ago. Maybe somebody has one of those freaky look into the camera games. But this isn't 3-1. This isn't 3-0. This is 3-2. You win it, you're even Steven, going back to your building. I'm not ready to let go of the rope yet. I don't care how bleak it's looked the last couple of games. I think it's been mostly the Heat shooting themselves in the foot, or in this case, if they try to shoot themselves in the foot, they'd probably airball it. But that being said, I still think that stuff can come around. I wasn't expecting them to win Game 3 in Boston, especially after they got waxed in Game 2. I was like, probably going to have to buckle up for a tough one in Boston. That place is going to be rocking. They came out and they uppercutted them. So you never know. You never know. But what I do know is I'm not ready, all right? As Eric Spoelstra says, he has a lot of things to say, all right? He says character isn't made of a bed of roses and sunshine. Like steel, it's forged in fire between a hammer and an anvil. Right now, the Heat are between the hammer and the anvil. But this is the NBA. He also says, we have enough. He also says, stay the course. He also says, don't let go of the rope. And I shan't. And for any Celtics fans who are tuning in right now, I just want to tell you from the bottom of my heart, Boston.